So, what's up, guys? Today is Wednesday night. I don't know what time it is. I can't even lie to you. Yeah. So today's Wednesday, and everything is a go to move back to Georgia in a span of 13 days. Well, when I had the idea, the time of moving would be 13 days. Today, I have 9 days. So moving from Texas to Georgia in 9 days is officially a go. So I am literally, I had to switch to my phone to record because I forgot that I need a new SIM card. And at this time, I don't have money to be trying to spend extra to get a big SIM card for my camera. So we're on my phone, but luckily it's 4K, good quality. We're here. But I've started moving, starting packing. I'm kind of having to rush packing because I have to go to the emergency room. I am not feeling good, but I've had so many surgeries. I've had so many hospital visits that I'm in a lot of pain right now. My face does not show it because I was born with this health condition. So I've come to be able to mask how I feel. But yeah, I need to go to the emergency room. And I called my doctor today, told him my symptoms of what's going on. I'm not even 30 days post-op from my surgery. And so, yeah, it's just, she was like, well, listen, you need to do this, that, and the other. And if it doesn't fix it, you need to come to the hospital. So I was just like, crap. So that was early around 2 o'clock. It's now, let me figure out what time is it. I think it was like 8 o'clock, 8 or 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock. So that was however many hours that is, 7 hours. And nothing has resolved and the pain has gotten worse. So, which is not a good sign. But I have this strong feeling. So earlier in June of this year, I had to go to the emergency room. I end up staying for 7 days. And I had this really, really strong feeling that they were going to keep me. And that's how I feel. I have that same feeling right now that I know that they're going to end up keeping me. And I need to get my house in order before they do that. And yeah, before they do that. So I am literally in a panic trying to hurry up and pack my house. Luckily, that's kind of something that I do fairly easy, but that's what I'm doing right now. What else was I going to say? I don't remember. Oh, also, while talking with my girlfriend, I realized that this same thing happened to me, which is another reason why I'm afraid to go to the hospital, because this exact same thing happened to me last year. So moving into this apartment, when I moved from my old apartment into getting ready to come into this one, it was just like this. I worked out, I ate, everything was normal. And then next thing you know, I'm in pain and I had to get rushed to the hospital. My appendix ruptured. I had to have surgery literally like 3 days before my move day. And we're really literally right back at it again, y'all. Like, it was when she was like, do you think it's like your anxiety and the stress of you moving? And I'm just like, I mean, I know I have anxiety issues, but I don't think I have anxiety issues to the point where my appendix ruptured, like a bowel obstruction. Like, I would hope that my body doesn't react. Like, I hope my anxiety and my stress isn't that high internally that it causes my body to do this. But I was just like, I don't know, but this is literally the exact same pattern from last year. And I'm just like, listen, I don't want to go because I feel like I already know the outcome. The bad thing is, if I do have a bowel obstruction, which is what I think I have and what I feel like I have and what my symptoms match, if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Bowel obstructions have to be fixed by surgery, which is, again, I just had surgery a few days ago. Today's the 29th. Also, happy birthday to my daddy. Today's the 29th, so what was that, 16 days ago? I literally just had surgery. And if I do have a bowel obstruction, I have to have surgery. And I'm trying to move in 9 days. And this isn't just like, at least with my appendix moving, my appendix rupturing last year, it was literally a 5-mile move in comparison to moving from Houston, Texas to Atlanta, Georgia, or Douglasville, Georgia. So it's like, yeah, it's kind of different. So we'll see how this goes. Y'all come along for the ride. Okay, so it is now 10 o'clock. Yeah, 10 o'clock-ish, 10:30-ish. Still in pain, still don't feel good, but don't take my face for granted. Quick tangent, the reason why I say that I'm still in pain and don't take my face for how I look for granted is because I went to the emergency room. I've been having issues with my health all year. So I went to the emergency room back in June, and I said in another video that Black women, and it's also documented, but it's just not talked about as much. It's starting to come up more, but Black women, when we say that we have pain, it's not recognized, it's not acknowledged, it's not taken seriously like other ethnicities in the medical field, to the point where when I was in the emergency room and I was complaining of pain and explaining to them my symptoms, they gave me medication. And I've had 15 surgeries in my life. I've had hospital stays galore. So my pain tolerance and my ability to, like, the level of medication, so where someone can take Benadryl and be knocked out within 10 minutes, I would have to take a higher dosage of Benadryl, and even still, I'll be a little bit sleepy. I'm not gonna fall asleep. The same with pain medication. If I am in pain, a Tylenol is not going to, like, if I'm in, like, physical pain, so like if I have a headache, then yeah, Tylenol will work for me. But if we're talking about like my health condition, like what's not anatomically the part of my anatomy that's not correct. So if it's anything that deals with my health condition, that pain threshold is just kind of different. Or just in general, like when I had my wisdom teeth pulled, when I had my tonsils removed, my pain tolerance is still, it's higher than what a normal person is. So they gave me medication, and I told them that the medication that they were trying to give me does not work for me. You're going to keep me in pain. It's not going to do anything. And they gave it to me anyway. And then followed up in like 5 minutes. She was like, oh, how do you feel? And I was like, I still feel like I'm in pain. And she looked at me with a straight face and she said, you don't look like you're in pain. Well, I said, well, I'm telling you that my pain is surpassed the 10 out of 10. I'm not crying because what sympathy are you going to give me? You know what I'm saying? Like, even if I was crying, you're still going to respond the same way. And the reason why I know is because history proves itself time and time again. And then also when I advised and like told you guys and advocated for myself that the medication that you were going to give me, I knew wasn't going to work, but then you gave it to me instead. Like, you see how I'm not understanding what my facial expressions, how that would change the scenario. So that's why I say that. So yes, my pain is through the roof, but at the same time, I want to go ahead and move. So I need to get everything packed. I'm like women, we get the job done. We know how to like push through on things. And I need to push through on this because, okay, so it is like 7:20. I have not been to sleep. The sun is up. So I am almost finished. This last shelf of coffee mugs is the last thing that I have to do for the kitchen, outside of like getting all these little small pieces taken care of. And got everything under the sink packed up. Like I said, as always, refrigerator will be the very, very, very last thing to do. Then all I have to do next would be I'm not gonna do my dresser. I'll do that at the last minute because all I'm going to do for my dresser is get bags, like literally like trash bags, and take my clothes, label the trash bag, and dump them in it and put that in the car. And then, like I said, that's gonna be the same thing for my closet. So after this, the last thing I have to do is the bathroom. I am done. And I'm going to go ahead and get in and go to the emergency room. So let me try and finish it. Okay, it is 11 o'clock, yes. And I'm done. Everything is packed up. Like I said earlier, I told you guys that I think the last time we talked, I was still doing the kitchen. The last time I jumped in, we were still doing the kitchen. So the kitchen is already packed, except for the refrigerator. This is literally, this section is my entire apartment. That's that's everything. And then I have a whole bunch of trash. Like, the trash wraps around. But I've always been like that, where if, like, when I'm moving, I'll just go through, like, I don't even, as a matter of fact, I need to do that with my clothes. However, people keep calling me to tell me to go to get myself checked out. So I'm gonna take a shower real quick and do all that. But I am big on being, like, going through stuff and like, I don't wear this, I haven't thought about wearing this, and I'll give it away or throw it away. So, which is how I always have so much trash when I'm moving. And then I'm also like, it's kind of sort of minimalist. I don't know if it's a minimalist or I just get rid of stuff easily, but yeah. So I'm all done. Only thing that's left, I need to get one of my friends, my guy friends, to come and bring my TVs down. I also need to buy some TV boxes. All I need to do is dump out my dresser. Yeah, the clothes of my dresser. And then I need to go to the store and get some big trash bags to put my clothes, my hang up clothes in. And again, that'll probably be done the day of, like the day as I move. Because like I said, those clothes are gonna go into my car. That's less stuff on the truck. Oh, and then of course, lastly will be my shower curtain. So yeah, I'm done. So that was today. So on to the next adventure. These past few days have been crazy, but at the same time, the past few weeks have just been trash ass. But at the same time, these past few months have just been hell on earth. And I just really feel like in summation, 2021 has just been a crappy year for me personally. And I just want us to run 2020 back one more time, because that was a good year for me. I don't know about everybody else. I'm an introvert. Being in the house was wonderful for me. Stuck between I don't like change, but also feeling like I know that change can be good. And I don't like this crossroads. So today is Friday. I literally forgot what day it was. Today is Friday. And I ended up having to go back to the emergency room. When I got discharged yesterday, the doctor told me that I had what's called an ileus. I don't know if I said this already, but it was like basically when your intestines go back to sleep. It's something that's more common after surgery, like literally like the day after surgery, because of all the heavy medication that's in your system. But not necessarily like 16 days post. So I called my doctor's office and I told them, and it was just like, yeah, just come to like where we are, because they're in the city, in the medical center. So around 11, I got up, caught an Uber down to the emergency room. And I literally just got discharged around like 9 o'clock. Yeah, around 9 o'clock. It's like 11 o'clock now. And so basically they said I had a bowel impaction, which is context clues, bowels. They were impacted with, poop and stuff, fecal matter. So yeah, they helped me. So now I'm back home, and I'm just luckily, and I'm so happy I did what I said I was going to do, which was pack my entire house. So luckily that's done. So I'm just, if anybody will be looking for me, I will be in my bed all weekend. So yeah, you guys, this is not an ad, it's not sponsored, but I don't know if you guys have ever seen the Mint and Lily on like Facebook, that ad where it's like, oh, you can get your name personalized. So I got like a personalized nameplate necklace, which is my name, you can't see it, and then I got a ring, and the ring is my niece and my nephew's name. I love it. Oh my gosh, I absolutely love it, especially considering the fact that I will be leaving my babies because they live here, of course, and I'll be going back. But my goal is to be like the rich auntie and to just like call my brother and be like, yeah, can you just meet me at the airport? I'll land in like 2 hours. Just bring the kids to the airport. Their tickets are already bought and we're flying to like Disney World. Like that is just currently like that's my goal. It's just to be that auntie because I already give them what they want. But I'm like, I want to elevate me giving them what they want. So those are my hearts. But yeah, so I'm gonna eat and go to bed. So bye. Okay. So today is Tuesday. We are T minus 4 days, I think. Yeah, we're T minus 4 days away. Yesterday I went and got my oil changed, and I've been trying to get my car to pass admissions. I'm getting ready to go and try and get it tested again so that I can have all my registration so that I can drive around in Georgia and not get tickets, because one thing for sure and two things for certain, there are way more cops in Atlanta than there are in Texas. Like they're here, but you don't see cops as often in Texas as you do in Georgia. And that's literally with all the cities I've lived in: San Antonio, Austin, San Marcos. If anything, San Marcos might have been the most because it's a college town, but literally Austin, the capital, San Marcos, San Antonio, Houston, Katy, you don't see cops that often. And if you do, you're like, what's happening? In comparison to Atlanta, when as soon as you get out of the airport, it's just cop, 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 deputy sheriff, cop, cop, cop. So anyway, so I'm getting ready to go do that. I need to go pick up my belongings from the office. They're annoying because, I mean, they're not, because I kind of rock with it, but they won't let me go into the office to get my stuff because of COVID. So someone had to pack my stuff up, and I'm going to ready to go pick it up from the office. And which is crazy because in tech, same company, I've worked for the same company in Texas as I will be doing in Georgia, but Georgia, they let you go into the office, whereas Texas, they're just like, no, you're not an essential worker, you can't go into the office. And I'm just like, Georgia, why can't you get with the program? But then I also remember who Georgia's governor is, so I can't expect too much from them. And I thought Wheelchair Abby was bad, but anyway, so that's what I'm getting ready to do. Getting ready to go do those two things and then come back and finish work. I'm gonna do all this on my lunch break real quick. Come back, finish working. I'm gonna go see my niece and nephew and my brother and sister-in-law and get my hugs from my babies. Even though I'm gonna see them next weekend, I still wanna get my hugs now because I'm gonna miss them. My anxiety has been through the roof, this change. So yeah. Everything's still the same. I think I'm gonna tidy up a little bit more in regards to like cleaning. I've been trying to eat everything out of my freezer, so I thawed out some chicken, so I'm going to cook that and eat that when I get back. And I need to finish my loads of clothes so that I can pack those, and I think that's about it. Little hands is so cold. Where you at? No, stop me. Go, hey, go, hey, get it, get it, Go, Chloe, go, Chloe, go, girl, get it, girl, get it, girl, go, hey, it's the birthday girl, it's the birthday girl, it's the birthday girl, it's the birthday girl, it's almost her birthday.
It's not almost her birthday, her birthday's in 100 years.
Cameron is being a brother right now. Look, she on his back. Where you go? Hey, get it, girl. Hey, get it, girl. Hey, go, Chloe. Go, Chloe. Hey. Go, girl. Go. Yo. Hey. I just want to say I did not cry. 150 points for Hufflepuff. Your little hands is so cold. Where you at?
Stop me.
Go, hey, get it, Go, Chloe, go, Chloe, go, girl, get it, girl, go, hey, it's the birthday girl, it's the birthday girl, it's the birthday girl, it's almost her birthday.
It's
Cameron is being a brother right now. Look, she on his back. Where you go? Hey, hey, get it, girl. Hey, get it, girl. Hey, go, Chloe, Chloe. Go, Chloe, Chloe. Hey. Go, girl. Go. Yo. Hey, hey, hey. I just want to say I did not cry. 150 points for Hufflepuff. Little shorty, talk to me. Talk to me, I talk back. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Let's do an interview. You ready? Are y'all listening?
What?
Come here.
I'm doing something.
Oh! Are you playing a game? Oh, that's cool. So I just left the tax commissioner's office to try and get my registration, my new sticker, because it is expired. I think I talked about this the other day. I got the emissions to pass, so now, so I had to, you know, look up and see like where's my closest place to get the sticker. In San Antonio, you could literally go to like any place. They were like literally like little mom and pop shops that you just go to, and they had like the county system. However, here in Houston they don't, which is annoying and inconvenient. So you actually have to go into the tax office, and with that, literally all the locations in Houston, and I mean I was looking far and wide, they were all booked. So I called in, I told them what was going on, and the lady was just like, come up to this one that was close to you, and we will and you know, do this, bring this, that, and the other, and we'll get you, and you know, they'll try and get you handled. So I got here, I had to run around, had to run and get a money order, I had to find somebody to print off the documents that I needed, make a copy of my driver's license. Then I finally got to the courthouse, and I was just like, you know, this is what I was told, and it was like, oh, we don't know. And so she was like, well, if anything, you just drop it off and we will, you know, you can come in at 8 o'clock in the morning and pick it up. So I'll have to be back up at 8 o'clock. Well, I'm gonna have to leave at like 7:30ish to get back here to pick it up, because it's like 30 minutes away, but of course morning traffic. Just like this morning, I had to wake up early to get my paperwork for the emissions. So listen, this is a major ordeal, but it's coming along so far. So I'm on my way home because I have to finish work. I really feel like a chicken with her head cut off, because I just feel like I've been running around like non-stop, and there's so much more stuff that I have to do. I'm exhausted, but this is what I'm currently doing. So when my friend and I took my TV off the wall, this is the living room TV, off the wall, and my niece and nephew came over yesterday. Like, I tried to connect to Wi-Fi, and it was like, oh, your Wi-Fi is turned off, but there was no button to turn it back on. So I like searched on the internet trying to figure out all these things, factory reset, do this, do that. Nothing worked. So the next thing was to remove the back off the television and go in and start messing with the hard wire. So that's what I'm doing right now. So let's see if it works. So my allergies are acting up right now, but from moving and dust and stuff, but my emotions are really hitting me. Today is Friday. Well, it's midnight. Today is Thursday, but it's midnight, so it's Friday. And I'm packing up my last few things, and I was just, I got a little emotional, because I was thinking of, you know, making sure I like send out all the last little bit of text messages, and you know, I was thinking to, you know, send my brother a text message, you know, seeing if he's going to come by on Saturday to, you know, help pack everything on the truck, and you know, just all of that. And then, you know, like, you know, the hugs, and then, you know, my emotions hit me like the past 6 years I've been in Texas. I literally still remember the night I had made the decision that something needed to change. I had just turned 25 and I felt like, oh my God, I'm just so old and I just need to get my life together. I had graduated college a few back in the summer. This was like in the late summer, mid to late summer. I had just, you know, graduated college, and I had went and got my CNA certification. And I was like, you know what? I remember being so depressed and afraid and feeling like a failure. And I just sat, you know, in the middle of my room, and I was just like, you know, Lord, something's got to give. And I just don't want to be in this exact space, this exact place next year. And I literally stayed up for 24 hours because insomnia is such a bitch. But I did. I stayed up for 24 hours and I just applied to different places, different states. I just applied for everything that I knew was like entry level, that, you know, you just needed a bachelor's degree in. And I sent a text message to my cousin, and she lived in, I want to say like Detroit, like Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember exactly where she was at the exact time, but the company she worked for, she was like, you know, I can get you a job. It'll be in Chicago. You know, I will be nearby. So I think it was Detroit, but I think it was Michigan. But she was just like, you know, I'll be nearby, but, you know, you're going to be in the, you know, state by yourself, and, you know, just, you know, stuff like that. So then I was looking at Texas because my brother had just moved a few months prior. And I remember being like, ooh, what about Texas? But I don't have money to, like, I was like, I didn't even have I had a job, but I was like a waitress. So it wasn't enough to be able to say, oh, you know, I stack bread and then, you know, figure it out. So I was like, I knew I was gonna need help. Well, I knew that I was gonna have to, you know, get a place, or ask for help if I went to Texas. And, you know, it was like with Chicago again, there wasn't going to be any family there, and I didn't have a job where I would say, oh, you know, I'm going to stack bread for like a couple of months and then make that transition. It was like, no, like, you know, I would have to figure that out. But with Texas, I had my brother, like I had family that I could ask, you know, for help. And I remember sending the message to, you know, Jemiah and asking. And he was like, you know, let me run it past Samantha, which is his wife, my sister-in-law. And, you know, I'll get back with you. And I remember him messaging me like a few hours later. And he was like, yeah, that's fine. I said, okay, well, let me, you know, look at these jobs, and, you know, I'll keep you updated. And I remember applying. I applied at the beginning of the week. By the end of the week, I had 3 job offers, and I accepted 2. And the fear that I feel now was the same fear I felt then, because change is so scary. It's change is scary, and change is, you know, you don't know what's on the other end. But I remember just like taking that leap. And the past 6 years, they've definitely had their ups and downs, but, you know, I've grown, I've been broken. The problems that I knew I had were diagnosed, you know, in regards to like my mental health. I've been like, yeah, the past 6 years have been such a, you know, a beautiful tragedy. Or a tragic, beautiful masterpiece. Like, you know, either the glass half empty or the glass half full, but it's just been. And so the idea that I am actually closing this chapter and going on to the next, and it's not necessarily like running back home or going back home, but I'm going back to the state in which I was born and raised. And, you know, I do Uh, I actually honestly started calling Texas home because I genuinely love Texas. Well, I genuinely love Houston. Let me correct that, because Austin, no. Austin and San Antonio, no. Dallas, but I genuinely loved Houston. But but yeah, I'm making that change, and it's so scary, and it's so, you know, it's exciting, but I'm not feeling the excitement at this exact moment. I'm feeling the fear at this exact moment. But I'm leaving my comfort zone. As I think back on it, I I made one giant leap of faith, and that was from Texas, from Georgia to Texas, and I never made any more drastic moves. Yeah, I moved from city to city, but I always had my job was there, and I was following behind my brother to make sure that I was always close to my brother and my sister-in-law, my niece and my nephew, like my family. Like I always made sure that I ran behind them. I wanted to follow them. I wanted to be near them. But I always played it safe. I didn't make any kind of decisions that I kind of wanted. I didn't do. I played it safe. That's the only way I can say it. I played it very safe, very meticulous. Like, I have to do step A in order for step B to work, and I have to do step B in order for step C to work. Like it was just very safe and very meticulous. And so for me to wake up on a Saturday and say, in 14 days, 14 calendar days, not even 14 business days, 14 calendar days, I want to move to another state. It's so scary, but at the same time, I have to start giving myself credit, and I'm very proud of myself. So today is the last calendar day, the last work day, my last work day in the state of Texas. And Saturday will be my last day in Texas. And yeah, I have more family in Atlanta. I have people that I love in Atlanta. Boyfriend, my girls, they're in Atlanta, but the fear of what's in this new chapter is, quite honestly, is kicking my ass. I hate being that person that's recording themselves cry, but my friends know I'm emotional. I'm a crybaby. But I just wanted to kind of honestly capture my raw feelings, because I was jamming Toby Wigway because he is like the best rapper right now in the industry, and I love him. But I was listening to him, and my mind just kind of got away from me, and emotions started to roll, and I was like, you know what, let me capture my emotions in the midst of it, because this is something big. This is something very big in my life right now. And yeah, so I'm gonna finish packing. I'm gonna take my bed down, and once I get the bed down, I'll go to sleep because I still have work tomorrow. And in other news, me being Geek Squad last night actually worked. So I'm so very proud of myself, and I'm so very thankful for YouTube, because if anything that you want to figure out, YouTube got your back. So I don't have to buy a new television. I still want to buy a new television, but as of right now, I don't have to buy another television, and especially considering that I only got one, and I'm going into a 2-bedroom apartment. So yeah, anyway, that's it for tonight.